everyone. Can you hear me okay? Check 1, 2. And there's the BGM, and Ina, everyone can hear you now.
Wow.
Wow.
Hello.
Wow. Hello.
Hello.
Hope you guys are doing well on this fine morning.
Good morning, Kelly.
Thank you. It is indeed morning time for your boy. Oh man. Oh man.
On a scale of 1 to on a scale of Yule to 10, how awake are you?
That's a good question. That's a good question. I like how you phrased that. I'd say pretty much Yule right now, which is I'm assuming real F-wording tired.
Yes.
Real F-wording tired, baby. That's a legit question. Yes, indeed. But you know what? It's worth it to be running this TTRPG with you guys, so it's no worries.
Thank you for doing all the work in the back. I see everything you prepared. I'm just like, how do you have time to prepare all this, Kelly?
Thank you. Well, I mean, I genuinely enjoy doing it, so you know, it's all good. Even if it does take some time, but it's always like it gets the creative juices flowing. You know, I love to like sit down and be creative. So yeah, it's pretty fun. So it's really no worry at all. I'm just happy to be here running your game. Forgive me if I occasionally yawn a little bit, you guys, but the coffee should be kicking in pretty soon.
In 5 minutes and 37 seconds.
Yeah, maybe. Or probably more like 6 minutes and 20 seconds, or maybe never. That's also a possibility. Yeah, there's also a possibility that my body has just learned to filter out coffee as poison, I guess, so it doesn't work.
For me, I drink coffee to calm down instead of, waking up these days.
Wow, that's way different.
Like opposite, like when you're tired and you get like super, super hyper and you're just like all over the place bouncing off the walls. And then you drink coffee and you're just like, all is right with the world.
That is a first. I've never heard that before, but wow, that's crazy. Human body is nuts, man, I tell you what. And things like that work different for everyone. Yeah, it was weird because like I did all of these things to try and knock myself out last night. Like I took a really hot bath and then I like put on some like brand new pajamas, blasted the air conditioner, turned off all the lights, made sure I didn't look at my phone for like 30 minutes before I slept. And you know what, Ina? I went to bed at about 10:30 p.m. and I didn't fall asleep until about 3 a.m. Why?
Big mood.
Yeah.
I think I do that sometimes too. Like, I get like when I'm sitting on my chair, I'm just like super, super drowsy. I'm just like, oh, maybe it's time for bed. And I roll into bed, and I'm just like, well, I'm awake for another 5 hours. Yeah.
Why? Why does it have to be that way, Ina? I don't understand.
It's just how things be. Your brain's just like,
yeah.
that you could get your own way.
Yeah.
Think again.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Unfortunate, but it is what it is. Yeah, I'm sure that I'll wake up pretty soon, but I feel like I'm decently woken up, at least because I had to kind of get up and scramble to pull all the things together. I had prepared a lot of stuff, but like have to pull up all the documents, got the core book ready to look at, so that's good. Speaking of which, you guys, we have a couple rule changes. So basically, I wanted to change around the rules and take some from the first edition to modify the game in a way that I thought might be more balanced and ended up being less balanced. So we are going back to just switching to straight up using Chronicles of Darkness rulebook. That is the rulebook that we are going to use. And with that being said, there may be some minor adjustments to be done to the sheets. For example, though, like some of the merits aren't quite right, but we'll figure all that out later. It's a little bit different. For skill specialties, I still stand by the homebrew rule that I want you guys to just have fun and choose whatever skill specialty you like to just be creative. So that's not changing, but there is one big change, you guys, and it's that we're not doing the difficulty anymore. I'm not going to sit here and think about what the difficulty of a roll will be, as cool as I thought that was in the beginning, it also kind of further complicates it for me, and the players have to think a little bit more. So here's the rule, guys. From here on out, it's going to be just like how I played it my first go around with World of Darkness. Every die that shows 8, 9, or 10 is a success, okay? And you only need 1 success to achieve your goal. Okay?
Okay.
And this is me looking at the book right now. It's better to get more successes if you want to hurt someone, since your successes add to your damage when attacking. So you want more than 1, but you really only need 1 to accomplish the task. Also, 10s are repeating, so if you roll a 10, you get to roll it again. Roll a 10, roll it again.
10, 10, 10.
10, 10, 10, again, again, again. And you keep rolling 10s. If you keep rolling 10s, you keep adding successes until you don't roll a 10.
So you could roll 10s forever.
Yes, exactly. So 8, 9, and 10 are the golden numbers, you guys. Those are the numbers that we want in this game. And also, there are some rolls that have modifiers. For example, like they could be anything given to you by your weapon, or maybe a modifier that I, as the storyteller, give you. But we'll get more to that when it becomes relevant. And also, this applies, and I'm sure that it may not be so big of a factor for Yule, because I think your mental statistics are pretty nice. But if your pool drops below 1 die, which means, for example, you end up with less than 1 dice. So say that you're trying to do a crafting roll, but you have no dots in crafting. And you only have, let's say you're trying to make it in the moment, so you would use wits, and your wits is only 2. Well, because you're unskilled, you have 0 dots in crafts, you take a -3 penalty to your dice pool, which means you have -1 dice. So, obviously you can't roll -1 dice, right? So I give you 1, but you have to roll a 10 with that in order to succeed. A 9 won't do, an 8 won't do. Those are just, those are pretty much just like regular failures. If you roll
a 7?
A 7? No 7. No lucky 7. The 7 is not necessarily lucky this time, you guys. It's got to be a 10. And you don't re-roll it.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't re-roll the 10. You just get the 1. And if you roll 1, if you get a 1 on that chance die, it's a dramatic failure, which means you're gonna have a really bad time.
Oh no.
Like really bad. Both dramatic failures and exceptional successes can end up getting you a quote-unquote condition, which can either help you, like aid you in your journey, or become a detriment to you. So, yeah, stay vigilant and keep that in your mind. We're gonna do some test rolls, Ina, but first, before we do that, we gotta show your character sheet to the world.
Yes.
First, I'll go ahead and I saw that. And first, we're gonna show the reference, character reference of it's you'll be all right. Your character. Oh my god, I love the sleeping mask.
Oh yeah. I got rid of it at first, and then I was like, her head looks too empty, so I added it back in.
I love it. It's very cute. Perfect.
I'll probably use it to avoid staring at something at times, maybe.
Nice. That's a good
Deny
idea.
its existence.
Oh my goodness. Just pray you don't run into anything if it's chasing you.
I hope so. If I can't see it, it can't see me.
Yeah, exactly. Though you may take a -3 penalty. For sleeping mask, I gotta say, you get bonus points for fashion, but you're definitely gonna take a penalty for it being in your way. Oh man, but I can't lie. The fashion sense is on point. I love it. Oh my gosh. What does Yule's shirt say?
Let me sleep.
Let me sleep. Ah yes. Of course. Perfect.
It's a designer shirt.
Oh my goodness.
Designer brand Niumai.
That's perfect. I love it. Okay. That's canon, by the way. That is actually canon story. Obviously. First, we're going to start off with the history of Yule and description. Would you like to read it, or would you like your boy to read it?
should I rest your voice a little bit?
Sure, that would be a great help.
You'll be
to me.
talking a lot, so
Indeed.
okay.
I'll take a sip of
So
water.
you can chug coffee while I'm talking.
Yes, water and coffee will do.
History. A typical grad student. She thought she was going to have a relatively normal experience during her graduate studies, but her hopes were shattered when the professor in charge was a bit on the crazier side. Starting from daily chores and errands to dangerous deliveries and adventures in foreign lands, Yule has experienced quite a lot during her time under the professor. Some would classify Yule as a quote-unquote mad scientist type, but that is just a misconception as she often has to take credit for her professor's doings. Because her professor is basically just, a hermit in the lab doing random stuff, but never takes credit for the, explosions and crazy things that happen.
Oh, man.
Yeah, and Yule often dreams of the days where she can sleep peacefully without having to worry about what new problems await her the next day. Driving recklessly, and recklessly is crossed out, is a hobby? Question mark?
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
Yule, I'm worried about you with your sleep issues. Getting behind the wheel.
Believe me. Maybe it's a secret technique that's passed down the generations in her family. It's called this hidden tiger sleeping driving technique.
That's right. You fall asleep and then all of a sudden you're a master driver.
Exactly.
I mean, I kind of like it. I don't know. We'll see what happens in game. But man, I would love to see that happen. Absolutely beautiful. Wow.
Okay. Yeah.
Cool.
That's her kind of sort of brief history. Yeah.
Very, very good. Thank you for letting me rest my voice. That was nice.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate it. Heck yeah. And last, we're going to pull up these, not the character reference, but the character sheet. Stat sheet, here we go. In case you guys missed out on the character creation sheet, there have probably been some updates, yeah?
No, it's exactly the same.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool. We might make some adjustments before the main game, but for now, we're just going to roll with this.
Yeah, if you have any corrections you need to make, just get that red pen and just scribble all over it.
You betcha. Correct your
Sensei.
homework. Leave it to
Yay,
me.
Sensei.
Yeah, leave it to me. I'll correct your homework.
Yay!
Nice. Okie dokie. So with that being said, I guess this is the sheet that we'll be using today. And actually, we're going to go ahead and make some test rolls with this. Yeah. All right. So once again, I'm going to be doing the rolling this time. We have a different plan in the future for everyone to be able to roll themselves. That will be happening. Don't worry, but for now, this is how the cookie crumbles. So let's...
Cookie.
Yeah. Oh man, I'm hungry now. Why'd I say that? No, it's okay. It's not your fault. All right. So first, I'm gonna need you to add up your wits and composure for a perception check. Okay?
Wits and composure.
Yes. Let me know what the number is.
Let me get my calculator.
Oh, all good. Take your time.
Pull out my TI-84.
As any college student would.
What's it? Was it wits and composure?
Yes.
3 plus 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a 7.
7? Okie dokie. That's a 7d10. Whoa, that's pretty good. So let's see what you got in perception. Now, you're going to be doing this roll often. If you want to survey your surroundings, just say perception check. And you'll be allowed
Sensei,
to roll. Yeah?
I need a note.
Okay.
I need to write down notes.
You betcha. Take your time. Grab that notepad.
Open notepad. Okay. Perception check. Wits. Composure. Check surroundings. Okay, I'm good, Sensei.
All right. Excellent. Now here we go. Let's see how you did. All right. And the details. Okay, so you got 1 success. That's not bad. You succeeded, but I'd probably describe just the very basic outline of your surroundings. Let's go ahead and give it another roll. Roll 7d10. Okay.
Ooh.
All right,
A
this is
10.
very good. A 10, exactly. Sharp eye you have there. And that was a 2, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4 successes. So that gets you a really detailed description of your surroundings.
Oh.
Yes. By the way, I know some people were concerned about this before. In this version of the game, ones do not cancel out your successes. They do
thank
not.
goodness.
They do not. No. So don't worry too much about that. It's fine.
Okay.
And yeah, I wouldn't do that to you guys. No, thank you. We don't need to do that right now. We don't need to do that. We need to play that way.
Good.
Yeah. All right. So before we kind of get right into the story, I have a couple questions just to ask you, Ina, the player. First off, I want to know some details. What exactly is Yule studying as a scientist? Is it like biology or like molecular stuff or environmental?
I would say probably closer to chemistry.
I see.
A little bit into biology.
So like a biochemist kind of thing?
I guess so.
A little similar to that. Okay, we can keep it pretty vague. Sounds good. And did you have any specific requests for I guess the professor? Like what they look like or anything like that, or is it up to me?
It's up to you. I think like the professor is kind of like they're really crazy, but they're kind of like in the shadows, you know? Like they never like leave the shadows. They're kind of mysterious, but they still do all kinds of crazy stuff.
Okay.
But yeah,
gotcha.
I want their name to be Dr. Oopsie.
Dr. Oopsie. Dr. Oopsie.
Dr. Oopsie.
Oh man, that's a nice name.
Yeah, that's
All right.
that's my only request.
That's the only request. Gotcha. I also had I had a name for the professor, but I like this a lot better. I like this
what was
better.
the name? It could be their first name, maybe.
No, it's very silly. It's a very silly name.
I mean, you'll be all right. So what?
So
How merciful can it be?
I named the professor I'll Astonish You. But I like Dr. Oopsie better, to be honest. It's okay.
One of Dr. Oopsie's kind of like their mad scientist name, and their actual name is
I'll Astonish.
Yeah.
Gotcha. That's what
Got
everyone. But everyone calls him Dr. Oopsie.
Yeah.
All right.
You know, like when you get really close to professors and stuff, you know how you're like on first name basis and whatnot. You can just be like, it's gonna be like, oh, your name is too long, so everyone's just gonna call you Dr. Oopsie.
Yeah, perfect. Amazing. I like that. That's good. That's good. Okay. All right. With that being said, I guess we'll just go ahead and get right into it.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay. So let's see. Before we actually set the scene, I'd like to know if you could tell me a day in the life of You'll Be Alright.
Okay, so what time do you think when you will start the day?
Question. Depends on what was happening the night before.
Starts off the day at 4 a.m. in the morning. Probably wakes up from the couch in the lab.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Passed out there from 30 minutes ago.
Working late.
Probably turns on all the lights because it's still probably pretty dark. Checks around, you know, see if there's anything to clean up. See if the doctor or professor did anything stupid overnight. I guess maybe check over some of the research. Maybe if there's like overnight stuff that, you know, has to be checked, probably check over that. Then probably head over to the professor's room, check if there's any paperwork to be done. And then probably around morning time, probably grab something quick to eat and get to classes. And then after that, probably just If there's some time, probably go, get some groceries, walk around town. Maybe she has to teach some of the students, like as a TA.
Right.
And then probably return to the lab, work on her papers, I guess, till late, and then probably fall asleep, doze off.
Wow. Busy,
Yeah.
busy.
Probably that's the life of a grad student, I hope.
Yeah, I guess so. Okay. Perfect. Sounds good to me. Thank you very much for the detailed description. All right. So, with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and set the scene for you guys. If you're all ready to jump right in.
Yes.
All righty.